bottoms and girls of the world, Kenneth here, and I am back for another video, and today is a story time. Recently, I was on my live stream or whatever. If you been missing live streams and stuff like that, because I've been live streaming, be sure to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any more live streams and videos. Turn on the notification bell before we jump into the video. I'm gonna get this out the way. After you turn on the notification bell, please be sure to subscribe. You have to subscribe to turn on that notification bell. So if you are not subscribed, but this is your first time watching me, just go ahead and subscribe. And then after you subscribe, everybody, please give me a big thumbs up because that's greatly appreciated. And it helps me out a ton. It helps me out more than you will ever know. And then you can follow me on all social media networks. That is Instagram and Twitter at HeFlawless, the original, no underscores. And that's it. Now let's get back to the video. So I was on live stream recently. And when I was on live stream, somebody had asked me, Kenneth, do you have any more fighting story times? And I have like two more. One I can't really tell because I feel like I can get in legal trouble if I tell that one. But I have this other one that I'm gonna tell today. And I don't know what I'm gonna title this. Whatever I title it is what I title it. But it took place some time ago. We are jumping directly into this, darling. So some time ago or whatever, I was fresh fish to a particular city. I wasn't really fresh fish to the city, but I was fresh fish on the scene. When I say fresh fish, I'm serving fish and I'm fresh on the scene in the gay world. Only gay people might understand that terminology, but I was fresh fish on the scene, okay? Not to the city, but on the scene. Like I had started going out more, etc., especially because I feel like this was a time where me and my ex-boyfriend was on a long break. It had to be because I was a faithful person around that time. So I was fresh fish on the scene. My cousin was showing me some loops or whatever. My cousin, one of her friends, and we just always would go out. We would go out and we would have fun. We would have a good little nice little time, and we would just live our best lives, even though we was broke as fuck at this point in our lives. We was living our best lives, getting dudes to buy us drinks at bars and everything like that. I believe I was not 21, but I had a fake ID. So that, don't get fake ID, kids. Don't get fake IDs. I probably was like 20. See, that's acceptable. Or like 19. I don't know how old I was, but I know I had a fake ID because I had got caught with it one time. I'm gonna continue with the story now. One particular night out at this gay club or whatever, I had seen this dude and he was real cute and he looked like he was really vibing. I never noticed until now that I really am a person that run off of energy and stuff like that. Like if my energy does not mix with you, I just won't even bother. But if my energy mixes with you, I will, go. And I never noticed that until now, but that's how I was back then too. But anyways, me and this dude, our energy, like for him to be like 15 feet away from me, like standing over by the bar and I'm like over here somewhere and I'm just like looking at him and we just really we having a conversation with our mind or whatever. Or at least that's what I thought it was. And maybe I was the only one having a conversation and maybe he was looking at me like I was crazy or something. But either way it goes, like 20 minutes after I had even noticed him, he had approached me. He came up to me and we was just, talking and vibing and stuff like that or whatever. He did not ask for my number. However, he did get my Instagram and stuff like that. And he had slid in my Instagram DMs after we had left the club. We exchanged numbers and we started talking like every other story starts off. So me and dude talking and I'm asking him questions about his life. He asking questions about my life. I honestly at this point did not know where this was going to go because sometimes I know if it's going to be a situationship from the get-go. But with him, the way he was talking to me, like he was asking questions that like somebody, like inquiring minds would want to know for them to be like my man or something. Like he was asking me good questions, like about my life. He wanted to know about my life. And I was telling him about my life and he was telling me about his life. But basically we hit it off right. It had came to like 3 weeks. We didn't see each other at all, but we texted on and off for those 3 weeks. He was like, we need to link up, or we need to he wanted to do something. I forgot exactly what he said, but basically he wanted to do something and he was just like, we need to link up, we need to go do something or whatever. And I was like, I'm down for it. Me and dude end up linking up and we start chilling with each other and we really liked each other. Liking to each other might have led to us saying we loved each other, but it was literally, I was young, girl. I didn't know what the hell love was. I was just telling dudes I love them, this, that. I was in love with everybody. I had what came Michelle saying that one song? Oh, I broke another heart today. That was me. I was breaking hearts, okay? And I was telling this man I was loving him and things like that. There was one, but aspect of his life that he kept away from me, and I did not ask about it. I didn't know about it, but word of mouth had got around back to me, like, you know, the girls talk, I heard it through the grapevine. I heard he had a boyfriend, and that is the turning point of the story. I heard he had a boyfriend. When I had got word that he had a boyfriend, I didn't like react immediately at all, because I wanted to collect all the pieces first before I just like went off, because he did not stress to me that he had a boyfriend whatsoever. So I gently went to him and I asked him. Everybody tell me I'm prissy when I ask him stuff, but I have the right to be prissy and have like a little attitude. But either way it go, he had an attitude with me. The fact that the way I had asked the question, it wasn't the question that I had asked. And dudes love doing this thing where they deflect the attention. The attention is on you having this boyfriend, and you talk about me having the attitude. Like, are you serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now? But he had ended up coming clean, and he ended up telling me he had a boyfriend. His words were that they were on and off for a long time now. And at the moment where me and him start talking, they were off. And the reason why we didn't link up within those 3 weeks is because they were on, but now they were off, which is why he had originally texted me. So at this point in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I'm just a rebound bitch. Like, I'm not important or whatever, even though I just got done saying I love you and stuff. And I honestly cried over this dude. Not that I like really loved him, but I remember crying over him one night. And it was probably because I found out he had a boyfriend and I thought he was like Mr. Right or something. So we gonna refer to this dude as Big Head, I guess. Would that work? Big Head. So Big Head and I had ended up chilling on talking, and I honestly did. Once I found out he even had a boyfriend, even though he told me they were on and off, it didn't make me feel any better, because I know how that would feel, because at this very moment I was off with my ex-boyfriend at the time. Oh, this is just such a complicated situation. Basically, he was cheating on his man, and his man had found out who I was. On with the story. So word around here got back to me that I was being looked for because Big Head's boyfriend, I don't know who the hell this man was to him at the time. He was real upset, and he didn't like the bitch that was talking to his man, okay? The gay community is real small. In each city, each gay community is small as the fuck, okay? Actually, your gay friends that's around you that may be in the scene, that may go out. Each gay community in each city is so small that word really does travel like this. So it gets back here, it gets back here. And then I had the messiest cousin ever. Oh, I lived for that bitch, but that bitch was messy. But she was a bitch that knew she was messy. So I was cool with it. I was cool. I was around the messy ass bitch. It's fine. It's fine. We all grow out of certain things. So one night, I had arrived to this little kickback situation or something like that. And when I arrived to this kickback situation, from the time I left my house to the time I arrived to the location, I kid you not, there was like this weary feeling in my, like, it was just all up in my spirit. Like, I did not feel comfortable going out this particular night. I don't know what it was, but when they tell you to trust your gut feeling, bitch, you trust your gut feeling, and something told me not to go out tonight. So I go out with my cousin, one of her friends, and it was just us three. It was just us three together. Okay, these are with 2 bitches, and it's me, my faggotry ass. I'm out and I'm having fun at this kickback. While I'm at this kickback, me and my cousin, you know, we drinking or whatever, we standing in the corner. We wasn't really feeling it like that. This night was all over the place. Like, it was so much wrong with this night, and I could go into detail about it, but that will literally add 15 minutes to the story. Not that y'all probably don't care about that, but it was so much that went on with my cousin personal life, her friend personal life. Girl, we was just all in distraught. So here we are in distraught in the corner, just drinking, bitch. We sipping, we drinking, we sipping, we trying to have fun, we really trying to enjoy ourselves. Somebody had passed us a J, we getting hot or whatever, and then all of a sudden, 2 tall ass gay dudes walk in the party. And you could guess who the fuck these gay dudes were. It was Big Head's ex-boyfriend and his friend. I was over it. I walked out. I had to go. I seen them. I said, not tonight, Satan, not tonight. When I left to walk out, I didn't get to tell nobody that I was walking out, and I had walked out the back or whatever, because my cousin and her friend was somewhere else. I don't know what happened. I guess they went to like the restroom or something. I really don't know. I don't care. But I had walked out, and I was sitting on the curb outside of this big ass apartment complex. So I'm sitting on the curb, you know, I'm in the parking lot or whatever. And all of a sudden, like, people start like coming outside. People coming outside, and I'm honestly confused because the music was still going on. I thought there wasn't no police to shut down the kickback or nothing like that. I was confused as to why everybody was just coming out the house. Everybody coming out the house. I'm on my little phone and I'm just looking around like, girl, what is going on? I'm clueless. Out of nowhere, all I hear is screaming. I look across from me and it's the two tall bitches over there just screaming, just going off. And they were going off, and it was indirectly, they were going off about me, but it was like indirect, so I couldn't tell immediately until my cousin here ran up and she was like, bitch, what's going on? What's going on? And when they heard her like go, this is the same cousin that got me in trouble in past story times, by the way. But she was like, what's going on? What's going on? She asked me like, bitch, what's going on? And she was asking in like a screaming manner. And I guess they had like heard her going off or something like that, and they had thought that she was talking to them. They started going off on her, which meant that having to jump in or whatever. It was my fight from the get-go. People love taking up for me and like, just, I don't know what it is about me, but I think it's because people realize how nice I actually am in like real life, that they feel like if you got a problem with him, like what's the real reason? Because he literally I don't be bothering nobody. I be in my own bubble. That's why it always seems like people, this might clear up shit on the internet too. That's why like people in my life always come in and like take up for me because they know what type of person I am. I really don't be trying to bother nobody. And if I do bother somebody, it's not intentionally. It's just because they a bothered individual. Here we are arguing or whatever, and as we're arguing, the crowd is getting bigger and bigger. Bitch, this party, it was in like a 2-story apartment or whatever, and this party, it wasn't an apartment, it was more like a townhome, but they'll say it's an apartment, I don't know how to explain it, but I live in a townhome. It was like this. It was like upstairs and downstairs, so it was people upstairs too, but people started like coming out to the point where everybody that was inside was outside. They crowded around, we going off on each other. This bitch calling me all type of hoes, home wreckers, and stuff like that, telling me to keep my hands to myself, don't touch his man, blah 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 blah, going off. His best friend on the side of him just co-signing, going off like this. Me and my cousin like, well, bitch, what's good, what's good, what's good? And I know when the bitch hit me, I was not expecting this bitch. I was not expecting this bitch to just clock me in the face like he clocked me. He just clocked me in the face. One thing about me is that I don't fight often. I really don't be fighting often. But bitch, one thing you don't do is fight me in front of a crowd, because I don't like looking bad in front of people. I'm gonna admit it right now. I don't like losing in front of people. So I'm gonna do anything to win a fight if you go fight me in front of this crowd, okay? I mean, I knew he was gonna fight, but you ain't just have to clock me in the face, boy. He just clocked me in the face. Bitch, he clocked me in the face, and my natural reflexes was just to square up with this bitch. Like, just square up with this bitch. I'm hitting this bitch. I'm fighting this bitch. I'm boxing this bitch. We fucking each other up. And then it came to a point in the fight where he had eventually, like, I don't know how he felt. I really don't. I want to say my cousin kicked him, but I'm not going, because she told me she kicked him, but nobody else seen her kick him. So we just gonna say I knocked him down. As pussy as they might seem, oh well. Bitch, his big tall giraffe looking ass fell on the motherfucking ground.
I jumped on top of the ass and I started tapping that ass.
We was going toe to toe, and this was like one of the longest fights I have ever been in because nobody was breaking it up. It had got to the point where I was literally on top of this dude, and in my head, I'm thinking, I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm like, somebody please break this freaking fight up. Please break it up. Nobody was breaking up. Everybody around us was messy as fuck watching us fight when we had no business fighting. Remind you that this dude that I was fighting, he was very popular, so the people at the party knew him. Like, he had everybody in their favor. In his favor. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He had everybody in his favor. So they were literally watching the fight until tables had turned and he like tried to like beat me up or something. But it was not happening. I was fucking him up to the point where my cousin was just like, bitch, let's just go. Because it had become like a big thing. Everybody hated our ass for like a good 2 weeks. Like, everybody in the gay community in this particular city hated me and my cousin and her bitches. Literally, it was like everybody, he was so liked and blah, blah, blah. blah, blah. I had no idea who he was. Remind you, I'm fresh fish on the scene. I didn't know, but I know how to beat his ass, and he had the wrong one that he was fucking with or whatever. The great thing about all of this, though, is that 2 weeks after that event, 2 weeks of being hated, I guess. I don't usually care. So if I am hated, I just be like, all right. I don't care. Like, these people, I didn't know none of these bitches by names. I didn't give two fuck. This was like one of the first people that I didn't even know like that I fought. Like everybody else, I feel like I fought in the past. I knew them somewhat. I've encountered them more than once. This is my first time actually encountering him from my knowledge. Yeah, like I was saying, 2 weeks later, 2 or 3 weeks later, it probably was honestly a month later. I really don't remember the time frame, but he did reach out to me and he like apologized to me and stuff like that. His boyfriend because they had got back together, him and Big Head, they got back together. His boyfriend had convinced him to like reach out to me and tell him how, like, I guess his boyfriend told him how it really was not my fault because I did not know. And once I did find out that he had a boyfriend, that I just stopped like really fucking with him like that. So the dude I fought had reached out to me and he was like, that got carried away, blah, 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 blah. Me and him are actually cool till this day. Not like cool, but like we associate. Hey, bitch, if I see him, something like that. But that's that story time. I don't know what I'm gonna title it still. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. This was a good one. And this one had a very good ending. Usually some of my stories end up being a little messy, but this one had a very good ending. I had earned respect, and not only did I earn respect, after I got earned my respect, I got an apology. No shade at all, but this was like one of the first times where I beat somebody else and they came apologize to me. That I feel like at that moment in my life, that's when I started getting like a little big head, and that's when I started feeling like, oh, I'm that bitch. Even though everybody knew that my nigga was cheating on me at this time, but I was still that bitch. As always, be sure to flip your hair. Even if you do not have any hair, be sure to flip it. After you get done flipping your hair, make sure you feel like you are that bitch. If you do not feel like you are that bitch, continue being that bitch, because I'm here to tell you that you are that bitch, because we are all those girls of the world. So if you feel like you are that bitch, continue being that bitch. I think I said that right. I be getting that mixed up lately. I love all of my KenDolls so much, and I'll see all of my babies in the next video. As always, stay flawless.